Good afternoon, and welcome to the Sunday Variety stream. This afternoon, I will be playing BPM Bullets Per Minute. This is, I think, probably best classified as a roguelike FPS game with rhythm elements. I think it was released about a year or so ago, and story, as far as I can tell, is that there is no story. You're a bunch of Valkyries, you had to fight against Norse mythological figures, and your weapons are a bunch of modern day and futuristic weaponry. And who cares what about the story is, because that sounds metal. Metal is all get out. So. See from the title screen already, it's really getting you into the mood, just the way camera sways to the beat there. So there are several characters, but I guess for the sake of the stream, we'll start first run with entry level stuff. I have here this is the first character you get. It's pretty straightforward weapons, straightforward abilities. Interestingly, the two abilities you have are locked until you beat the higher difficulties. The way they kind of show you what the difficulties are like is, the difficulty representation is funny. So easy, you get your usual pulsing characters and stuff, and then hard, you get the flames around the screen, and then when you get to the final difficulty, hellish, you just zoom in. Yeah, this is how much more determined it gets. There's a certain gravity to the way it presents each one. There's also practice, but there's no change between that. Alright, so how's about we just start a run here. Apologize if get any chugging. The reason loading these levels takes a lot out, but then again, given the way this game looks, probably makes sense. Let's see here. Everything happens to the beat. Enemy attacks you shooting your gun, the reloads, it all happens to the beat. And thankfully you get an indicator on the side of your crosshairs. I'll let you know the beats and the offbeats. So that's where you just run around the dungeon, shoot enemies, clear rooms, collect money, get items. Something really satisfying, just having that reload happen to the beat. It's like bang, click, click, bang, bang, click, click, bang, click, click, bang, click, click, bang, click, bang, click, click. Some rooms will have an additional element to them, in addition to the chest that will drop when you clear the combat rooms. Like, for example, this one has a shrine you can go up to. You can choose to pick up this item, but you look at that sword up there, it's gonna go stab me, take off a chunk of my health. And the way health is represented is that each chunk kind of represents a hit, so even though it says 100 out of 100, might as well have 4 HP with how many hits you can take with this character. Sometimes you get altars that can spend the coin to boost your stats. Those come in handy. This potion scores 25 health. Lets me take one more hit. Shop here is fun. So kind of like the music change when you go into the shop. It's a bit more chill, more relaxed. So initially when you start, you don't have these many pedestals open. It's like maybe one, but as you buy items, you build up loyalty with the shop. And as you reach certain loyalty thresholds, more pedestals become open, which open up more items. Which, think the one I really want to aim for is the skeleton key, because that just essentially gives me infinite keys. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I just open every chest and every door I come across. And come across the other stuff, but I read somewhere that each item and weapon can only appear once in a run, so it might be imperative to try to gun for the important stuff while you can. So it seems like each floor will also have a golden chest room, which just, if you have a key, get yourself a special item. It might be a stat booster, it could also be an equipment item. I haven't run into any of those yet, but be sure to explain them once I see them. I'll probably do that sword since I have a potion, but I want to save myself in the off chance I get hit by an ability. Now this is a different room. It's a room that, if you have a key, you can open it and potentially look at the ability contained within. For example, so the books change the ultimate skill, which is your E button, and then the scrolls are your secondary abilities, which change your right button. Not too much of a fan of explosive orb. It's practical, but not as useful as some of the other ultimates I can pick up. Oh, since I have unlimited keys, I can just open these. This is like a 3-chest Monty. 2 of the chests will have flies that you need to defeat, and the last one will have something good for you. Like, that's our first equipment item, so. There are 4 separate slots. You have a head, shield, a hand, and feet item. And each item goes in a different slot. There are ways to circumvent the slot restrictions, but that requires very specific items. This happens to be a challenge room where you pull the lever in the middle and you fight a full wave of enemies. Usually a bit more intense than what you usually encounter in the level. Rewards here are extra money, extra score, maybe not really for the reward at the end, because most of the time you're just gonna get a coin or potion. If you do well enough and like clear it flawlessly, you get something different, but I'm not quite that good at this game. Also, there's 2 potions, I kind of want to go back and pick up that coin bag and just get a potion. That way, have a little extra money. Maybe I can go to the store and perhaps buy that 1 stat booster. My damage up. There are 6 stats you can increase. Damage, range, precision, ability, speed, and luck. I think some stats are more useful than others. I feel like boosting your range and your damage is pretty vital. Ability can be a toss-up depending on what kind of ability you have. Luck is useful. Each room also has a boss. Each level's boss is fixed, thankfully. So the first one you always face off against this fella. See, with this guy specifically, see other indicators pop up during the fight. Usually signals that you should be doing something, as the attack will otherwise home in on you. Oh, this satisfying part. Once you defeat it, you get 1 last round of coup de grace to just unload, while the music punctuates your pounding. Again, super satisfying. Find ourselves in the 2nd level. So, each area is kind of like more like 3 zones, and each zone has 2 levels in it, so get another one within this orange color scheme type of area. I think I kind of like it because it feels rather old school if you take out the rhythm game elements and the roguelike stuff. There's a lot of circle strafing around the crowd of enemies. Whew, alright. Rhythm went to crap in that round, but at least cleared it. Here's the other element. Armory, your weapon shop, is where you get guns and upgrades. Now, just like the item shop, you initially start off with just this one pedestal here, but as you keep buying stuff, you'll build up loyalty, which unlocks more stuff. And this one is kind of sort of annoying because unlike the other shop where your items have a specific price, here it's the pedestal the weapon is on determines the price. So this pedestal here is always worth 5 coins, the gun on it is worth 5 coins. This one here is always worth 15 coins, and this one here is always worth 30 coins. I think I remember reading somewhere that each weapon appears once per run, so this will be my only chance to pick these up. This here is the one I like to pick up, the SMG, so I'm gonna have to save up money for that. Of course, I could always let myself take a hit to get a lot of coins. We'll save that for now. Maybe we'll get access to a potion. Even then, even if I don't get a potion, I could probably afford to take a hit, but on the other hand, if I get another 5 coins in the rest of the rooms, maybe it won't be so bad. Right, means I won't, I shouldn't drop coins into the little shrines either. Comes the difficult part, climbing up the stairs. You don't know if an enemy's gonna ambush you. Luckily, I didn't get hit. I get sucker punched. Man, don't you hate it when you climb up the stairs and a spider hits you in the face at the top? Me neither. You're also rated on how you clear the rooms, so you can have a flawless clear, good clear, and okay clear, and just room cleared. And if you're especially bad, the game will just move on. It doesn't even say anything. That's when you know you really screwed up. Ordering of double shots. Yeah, sure. So now when I do this, I remember the rule. Oh, double tap. Don't forget the double tap. So I'm sure that probably applies more to shotguns than it does pistols. Doors over here. Okay. First, also uses double ammo, so I'm reloading a bit more often, but that's okay. I think this is an overall DPS increase. Ooh, I almost got hit by that one. I am getting sloppy. There we go. Okay, I've recovered this entire floor. I'll leave that life alone. We'll see if that comes back up. Okay, so this is a luck room. You drop a coin in here, and you might potentially get something out of it. Fortunately, since I have the skeleton key, that key is useless. Oh, okay, I see. I think I see how this works now. Okay, I could have kept dropping coins in there, and then if I get something I like, I could have taken it. It's not just drop a coin, take it, and go. Whoops. Okay, well, now that I have 15 coins, I'm going to go back to the armory. Get myself my SMG. Yeah, I wonder if double tap works with this one. Oh boy, it does. Ooh. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna need a lot of other upgrades though. Make that viable. Alright, let's see. What do you have? Reveal map, cooldown reduction, shields and HP. Not quite in need of any of those, so I will leave that alone. I want to take on the combat room. Be a little extra money. You know what, let's do it. I feel like this is a toss-up. You might find yourself in a favorable enemy configuration. Other times you just might tighten yourself a bit in your rear head. That said, double tap is really useful against these flies because they take a lot of shots up. I think that's the first time I got hit if you discount the time I got stabbed when I took the coin bag. Alright. Oh, it's a little extra money. Survive that wave encounter. Now you can do this up to 3 times, but the enemy waves are going to get harder, and I really don't like fighting harder enemies early on because I'm not quite as equipped to take them on, so we'll leave that alone. What I'm going to do is run back to the armory. There's one more thing I want to pick up here. Get this upgrade. Whip up. Heh, I think you meant magazine and not clip, game. Get it right. Nah, I'm joking. Kind of funny how what kinds of things people will get pedantic over. Me, I don't care. I know what they're talking about. It's you can put more bullets, you can fire more bullets in your thing before having to reload. That's basically what this is getting at. Alright. Oh man. This double tap SMG just might be my savior. Alright, moving on. Hopefully I didn't pass up a potion or anything. Alright, now we're in zone 2, level 3rd level, technically. Every time I miss the rhythm, I like to reload. It just... Wow. The first time I've encountered a chest that just like, nope. Aha, screw you. You thought you were gonna get something out of it? Have an enemy instead. Wow, this is doing wonders for my single target damage. Yes, HP boost. The wonders of having a skeleton key early on. Don't have to worry about conserving that stuff. Okay, now this is a fun room. So now you get those sword pedestals are back, but now some of these pedestals have 2 swords above them and some of them have 3. So the trade-off becomes very obvious. This will only take off 25, this will take off 50, this will take off everything. So I can't take this one because I'm gonna die, which I probably don't want to, but item's super useful, so hopefully I'll be able to come back to that. This one's sort of useful, finish us off low health opponents. I like a mind flay. Fortunately I don't know what that does, so I'm gonna ignore it. But I might want to take the boots, but I think the best thing to do would be to just leave that alone. And maybe I'll encounter another item that I can just pick up without having to hurt myself. Because, health ain't no joke. When you consider that I'm only able to take 3 more hits before I croak, unless I find HP restoring items, I'm kinda... I need to conserve. 3 HP I spend there would be a hit that I would not be able to take. Wow, getting all the good upgrades this run. There's in the gold chest. Take the flight. Not quite enamored with flight. The double jump and dashes are enough for mobility. I really need to use a lot more of those. I feel like a lot of runs that I do end because I don't jump enough, so I just run into shots a lot. Man, enemies are just dying. Bountiful. Okay, that explains why everything's dropping. So, I guess another thing I should say is that stones can also come with their own prefix, which kind of determines it gives the level of modifier. So, for example, bountiful just makes a lot more stuff drop in general. Alright, let's see what this shop has. Alright, don't care about the guns, I got the one I want. Just get my bullet, +1 bullet item. Go. This SMG has 4 bursts in it, where I have to reload. Thankfully it's a 2-step reload. Oh, I didn't defeat everyone. Imagine if I gotten shot there. I would have totally deserved it. Thankfully, the game was merciful. Wow, I've already explored the entire area. Alright. I'm feeling foolish. Okay, clear. Couldn't have dropped anything for me. Alright, well at least I didn't get hit. No harm, no foul. HP restoration, I can take that. Like any good roguelike, not every type of room is going to appear on every floor. So like, for example, this room doesn't have a shop. I guess makes deciding which item I'm going to get a little bit trickier. Well, since I've explored the entire area, I guess I'll have to make my decision now. I'm still not getting that shield, because that's going to put me at death's door, and that's probably not going to do well for me, so I'll just take the boots. That's a hit I'm willing to take. And then we'll go face the boss. I like how even the zoom in is to the beat. Another type of attack some enemies will have are attacks that hit the ground, and those have their own indicator on the HUD. Once that thing hits the square, then you better be in the air, or otherwise you're going to get damaged, like I did, because I did not pay attention to the HUD. Or the boss's tells for that matter. Boy, this SMG has become a machine of death. I just point at a thing, and if I'm close enough, it just dies. I see gold chest room. Now check it out. Alright, give me a headpiece. Shot slow enemies. Not too much of a fan. Might be useful, but if I'm slowing them down, then I might as well be killing them. Alright, let's see what you got. How do you pronounce that? Hugin. Golden bracelet. Opening mega shot. Not too much of a fan of this either, fortunately. Once per room kind of deal. I get it now. I could probably make the money back and then just switch back to my double time bracelet. Of course, that means I would have to get good at the game, because now I only get 3 shot bursts and not 6. I like how this giant aerial squids are so easy to kill. Flawless clear, baby. Alright, I got 1 coin from an enemy, so I can make my money back from this bracelet. Okay, I think. Ah, now this is what I'm looking for. A healing spell. That just ups my chances of victory considerably. Oh boy, this is a heal over time. So most of the ultimates usually operate on room clear, so you have to clear a certain number of rooms. So it looks like this one is just you get a heal after fixed interval of time, and that's what you get, which I guess sort of makes sense too. There's another ultimate that heals you for 50 HP, which you can use per room, so might be why. Now that shield enemy is one of my most hated in this game. It's pretty much a priority target. One that I always try to kill if I can see it, because its primary means of attack is to shoot homing shots at you. And it does that 3 times. Now you can see it on the HUD, and of course it's to the rhythm, so if you're aware of it, you can dodge it, but having to contend with it atop with everything else in the room, not my idea of a good time. Alright, let's see what's in the chest. Coin! Oh, this shrine is great. So, normally, the trade-off would be drop keys to get items, but since I have the skeleton key, it's infinite items. Infinite keys. Yes, you can do exactly what you're thinking. Just drop keys in there till you get the thing. It's a free item, basically. So this is a slot machine. You can shove a coin in there, potentially get an item out of it. For the most part, I don't think it's worth it, because 9 times out of 10, you're just going to make your money back, and eventually the thing's going to jam, and you're just going to be left there wondering why. Might be slightly more useful if you're in need of keys, but other than that, just better off not trying it. Maybe it's a metaphor for real life. Don't gamble. Yeah, just a room clear. It's fine. This one, straight to the beat. I think this one hits an enemy every beat, but I do like my low health finisher. Essentially reduces everyone's health. And looks like at this level I'm one-shotting all the enemies. Getting longer, maybe I should just hang on to the gold bracelet. Of course that means I have to give up my amazing 6-shot burst SMG, but that might be something I'm willing to take. Especially if I can find certain other items that will just make that irrelevant. Ah! See? This is a minigun, so like any good minigun, it slowly revs up, so it will fire like every quarter note, I want to say, and eventually ramps up to every 8th note. So normally this would be offset by sort of low ammo pool, but if you remember in the last level, there was an infinite ammo shield. If I had perhaps taken that shield and hung on to it, I could have taken this minigun and just become a walking terror of death. Get Firebolt or Celestial Wave. I like Celestial Wave because it hits everything in the room. It's very useful for clearing out trash mobs. Oh, come on, I jumped over that. Alright, combat room time. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Whoops. Well, I need the heal anyway. I keep messing up the ground attacks. I need to pay attention to my HUD. My HUD will let me know if a ground attack is coming. Okay, see, so I've been playing a lot of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands also, and in that game, use key is tied to E, so I'm so used to pressing E to like interact with objects that I press it here, but unfortunately here that is the ultimate button, which makes things trickier. But and then here, the use key is F. I have to remember I press F to interact with things. And if you're wondering, no, there are no coffins in here, so I can't really press F to pay respects, unfortunately. If I waited long enough, I could eventually get that heal proc and just collect all the... I could probably just get this, because I have 32 coins. See, I did it again! I did it again. I tried to buy with E. No, it's F. You press F to interact with objects in BPM. Okay, so now that I'm at heals here, I can just pick up this bag of coins, heal myself, and move on. So that room up above there, that is the mini-boss room. You go in there, fight a mini-boss. I have not had the best run of luck with those mini-bosses. Every time I try to fight them, I end up taking too much damage to make the fight worth it, or I just die, so I'm not a fan of it. I usually avoid that room if I can. But since we've uncovered everything in here, I'm gonna go ahead and fight the boss. Ah. So yeah, also there's no invincibility frames, so you could end up in the spiral of hits that just ends up with you defeated. Like any roguelike, if you die, you just have to shake it off and try again. That's what I'm gonna do. Back to square one, but that's okay. Coming here with a little extra loyalty, a little extra other stuff. Back to base abilities, but that's okay. Alright, what does Armory have? Let's do our shotguns. This is a revolver. Extra bullet. So I probably won't buy any guns in here. It does feel like in this game, more so than any other, the chances of success go up considerably because there are some items in this game that are just absurdly good. Especially the ones that that just give you heals in certain conditions. Or just getting a skeleton key early on just has a ramping effect. Kind of a cascading effect where getting the good stuff early on gets you opportunity to get more good stuff later on, while you just optimize your build. Now, of course, I imagine even I've seen videos where people beating the game with your base stuff, and you can play as different characters, which have different stipulations on them. Of course, you have the requisite: this character dies in one hit. No ifs, ands, or buts. I've seen people clear the game on the highest difficulty with them, so very, very possible to beat this game if you're extremely skilled, but I'm not quite there, so I kind of need the absurdly good items to help carry me. I think I've cleared this game 4 times so far. I will see if I can get one on stream. Of course, amongst those 4 clears are dozens and dozens of failures, so again, this game, BPM, does not pull its punches. Alright, what's in... the skeleton key. Ah! Dang it, and there's also vamp health. See, this is one of the items that ups your chances of survival considerably. That's just a straight up life drain effect, just get that, and survival becomes much easier. Alright, so I have to stop dropping coins into the altars. I need to save up. I have a feeling I'm only going to get enough coins to get one or the other, so I have to... Fortunately, have to make that decision. Alright. I get one. If I find another 6 coins, I could potentially afford the other. Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to do this. Okay, now I can get both. That wasn't so bad, actually. Not encountered this room before. I have no idea what this is going to do. Echoes my attacks. I'm gonna get that head item later. Penetrates walls and enemies. Might be useful. Infinite ammo. I like a speed and range boost, but there are other better foot items I can pick up, so I think what I'll get is the... Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, so I guess it's just a choice of one of 4 equipment items. Which one do you want? You can only get one, the other 4 are going to disappear. That's fine. I was expecting like a boss encounter or something, because this game is mean and likes to do that to you. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go all the way back over here. Just get the skeleton key and the crown. So, now I'm feeling a little more confident. I have that unlimited keys, I can just pick this up. Ooh, shot slow enemies. Good thing I didn't get the hand item. Let's hope this chest room in here gets me a foot item or an HP boost. I'm fine with either. Ah, Giant Slayer deals percentage damage. Just what I needed. Now, I think I could probably just save up for... save up for an SMG. Oh right, infinite ammo. I don't need to worry about that. Wow! Okay, okay, okay. I think I might have a shot. I just might have a shot, you guys. All I have to do is not screw this up. Okay, there's one more room type I'm looking for. I'll happily explain it if we come across it. But if I get that, oh, I'm going the wrong way. I have to keep remembering, I don't need to reload. Okay. Part of me thinks I probably shouldn't take on the combat room anymore because I only can take 1 hit before dying, so... We're just gonna move on and let the Vamp Crown slowly restore our health. I just have to not get hit. Keep on trying to reload because I'm too used to reloading. Although now, if I run into the minigun, I will probably just pick that up without hesitation. I need to boost my abilities. Ah, dang it! And I had probably the best loadout I could have gotten, or at least for me. That's what happens sometimes. You don't pay attention to all corners, you're gonna run into something and you just die. So, moral of that story is pay attention, and don't get confident. Don't get overconfident, I should say. Alright. Another clip up. Ah, good, thankfully. And shove the SMG on the 30 coin pedestal because I would be crying. See if I can afford the extra bullet at least. Alright, you know what? I have this key in the room's right here, I'll just... That slows enemy projectiles. Might be useful. Of course I have to actually see the projectiles, which means I need to be paying attention to my surroundings. Also, be useful, or help if I use my abilities. Ah, thank you game for not shoving that spider right into me. Giving me a chance. I will take advantage of this new lease on having 75 health. Alright, you got for me shop. Open the mega shop. Shot speed up, HP boost. I could probably use that. Go with HP up. Cannot tell you how useful I find the Vamp Crown. I think it was like the key to victory in half of the runs I've done. Just having means of just restoring your health passively, rather than having to rely on potentially potions and a very limited stock of healing items in the shop. It's just incredibly useful. You can get like a healing ultimate or healing item. Right, that just ups your chances of victory considerably. Ultimate's very, very useful. Allows me to annihilate that fella in 10 paces. And the best part is that it recharges every room, so I get one. Ooh, a wall is cleared in combat room. But I shouldn't let that get the better of me. Just move on, take the coin and go! Stop. Looks like they're explored the map, so let's get this boss time. Hello, Draugr. Let's just dance once again. Very easily dodgeable attack. I don't know why I kept messing up that other fight. Yeah, so you saw those the upper parts of the rhythm indicator had extra lines on it. That's your jump indicator. It's jump because you're gonna get hit with a ground attack otherwise. Let's see, 6 coins, so maybe I'll just go for 1 mag upgrade. Speed is a toss-up sometimes. I haven't found much use for it, so... But I get it anyway, because... a little extra speed helps, but... There's some items in the game that also increase your speed, but I feel like that ups it way too much for me. I feel like I'm out of control, so I usually don't go for those, and... There are usually better items that can get for those slots anyway, so... I don't feel like I'm missing out too much. I should have dodged that. Should have dashed. Yeah, he couldn't even dropped anything for me. Baron. Okay, that's why. So I'm gonna get jack squat. I'm not gonna get any chests. I probably won't get any coins. This level's pretty much a wash as it is. Honestly, I feel like I should just restart. So you can imagine getting a Baron level is absolutely devastating. Which means you can't buy any items, you can't... you probably won't get anything, you just need to fight dudes and just get the heck out of here as fast as you can. Alright, what are you gonna have that's gonna be removed from the pool? Flight speed, okay. At least this place just has crappy items, so I don't have to worry too much about losing it. I think from what I've read, the armory only appears once per zone, so since it appeared in the first level, I'm not going to see it in this level, so I don't have to worry about losing out on any guns, potentially. That bomb has a very deceptively low AoE effect. I'm just gonna find the boss room and get the heck out of here. It's not worth sticking around. There are very precious few ways of covering resources, and I just need to find my way out as soon as I can. Alright, what's in here? Book. Alright, I think I'll take the risk. Hopefully it'll give me a regeneration. Raining coin. Probably would have been more useful if I had. So I was on the level that wasn't Baron. Yeah, Baron. That said, there are worse modifiers that they could have stuck on here. As absolutely devastating as this one is. Okay. Where is the boss room? Yeah, I saw that worm out the side of my eye for a split second, and then it smacked me in the face. Alright. Try again. Also not a fan of this type of room. 9 times out of 10, Bat's gonna be floating over the edge, and when you shoot and kill it, the coin... if there's any coins, it might just drop into the abyss, and well, that's a coin you're not getting. Alright. One-shot that fella. Or key. Keys are helpful, but I could also use some coins. Alright, we're at 3 coins, 7 coins. Alright. There's a potion back there, but save that for the end. What you got for me? Great walls and enemies and rotate ability slots. Okay, so this is the one that lets you kind of circumvent your equipment slot restrictions. So you put this on. You see in the bottom left indicator, the Adventurer's Hat has a number key below it. You press that, and your item just rotates slots, and so do your ultimate and special for that reason, for that matter. So this pretty much just breaks your build wide open, so you can just like pick and choose the best items in the game and then go with that. And also, if you really want, maybe get yourself 2 ultimates or 2 secondary abilities, whatever. The world is your oyster. know what? Might as well take it. So double time reload is exactly what you think it is. You reload twice as fast. But one usefulness of that item is probably dependent on how good at you are at doing 16th notes. What's in here? Like a book. Alright. Take a gamble. Eel. Just what I need. Of course, it is a timed recharge, so I'm not gonna get to use it all that much. Let's say there's another ultimate that heals 50 HP, but you can only use it once per room. Which is, I guess, that trade-off. You know what, since I got a bunch of potions here, I might as well just stab myself to take some of the coin bags. Build up a little buffer for future levels. Off chance that I run into another barren level, I at least have a bit of bank to fall back on. It's probably also useful advice for real life, really. Have some extra money in reserve, because you never know. Someone might... the rug might get pulled out from under you. And you're just gonna have to survive with what you have. Here's the other one. Alright, now we'll go back, get the potion, and then fight the boss. Or I could just go to the combat room. Yeah, you know what? I'll do the combat room. The other bane of my existence in this game are the flies. They're like the bats, but they're more durable. They also shoot projectiles all the same, so... And they're numerous! They are relentless in their attack, so... It's pretty much imperative that I take them out as soon as I can, because if I don't... their swarms of bullets are gonna get me eventually. And I still have another swarm of flies to contend with, and the other big enemy over there, so... I just don't want to shoot them, because that will just have way too many small fries, and I'll probably... Okay. I think I got in over my head for this one. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you get enemy configuration that works in your favor, and other times you don't. Really be paying attention to where these enemies are. See, I almost walked into that shot, and that would have been the end of this run. Oh, I walked into that shot. Hate the flies. Almost makes me think I probably shouldn't go and try one of the combat rooms if I only got the pistol. Heck. Must have been that little spider. The regular room cleared. Nothing better. stash of coins. That was flawless. Ooh. Thankfully, the game really doesn't require you to do something every beat. It's just that if you do something on a beat and you do it perfectly, then that's what counts. Also, don't get hit. But that should just be a given. Wait to do 3 chest Monty. Ah, no coins. Ah, there's a book in there, so if I get a key, I'll probably want to revisit that room. Good clear. Getting slightly better. That healing. A damage boost. Okay, clear because I messed up some of the beats there. Ability up. Take that. Alright, what you got for me? Hugin, Hungen. Ah, double damage. Activate jump. Or lots of shields. I think the shields are more expensive because that goes over your regular health. Yeah, I guess shields are another mechanic I haven't explained, but it's like armor in other FPSs. It goes and if you get hit, it takes it out of your shield first. So sometimes it can come in handy. Take the double damage shield because double damage is useful. So I collected a buttload of coins on this floor. Usually I don't come out with more than like maybe 15 at most, but I guess this is an exception. This is trade-off is that I only have 1 key. I'm going to use here. Come on, give me a good ult. Regenerate health. This is the other one I'm talking about. That's just a straight 50 health regeneration. And it recharges per rune, so we can imagine that comes in handy. The other healing ultimate is useful if you're in a drawn-out fight, but usually most fights don't last long enough for you to have more than 2 heals, so just having a straight 50 HP heal is immensely useful. Okay, where are you? Okay, there you are. Fortunately, I have to survive this fight to get to utilize it. There we go. Job's done. Get that regen up. It is also a heal over time, so there's a very slight chance that you could still die if you get hit while your health is being restored, but sometimes that's the risk. Alright. To Asgard 2. One thing I find notable about this game is that all the songs have the same beats per minute, which I think is probably a bit of a necessity, considering kind of want the players to get a feel for the game, and if they have to switch up their so we say their beats per minute every song, that might start throwing them off. I can only imagine what this game would be like if there was like a slower BPM song on. Enemies would attack less often, but you would also be firing less often. Aw, dang. See, I tried to use F for some reason. And I don't even know why I tried it there, because there's absolutely nothing to interact with. Hopefully the lack of heal isn't going to come back to bite me in this room. And again, it's a big enough room that I can circle strafe everything and not have to worry about getting overrun. Whew. That was way longer than it should have taken. Ah, okay. So we got the swords again. I can choose between explode on landing for 25 HP, damage up for 50, or tumble when firing for 75. So this one, when you shoot, you kind of scoot a bit in the direction you're going. Fortunately, I don't know if there's like any sort of invincibility associated with it, so I'm not quite a fan. This one would be more useful if I jump more often, which I should probably do, but I don't, so I don't like that one. What I think I want to do is pick the damage up, because I can just heal that health right back up. And we'll move on. It pays to pay attention to the indicators, because the projectile otherwise would have smacked right into my face. Shot it out of the air, like a clay pigeon. I almost got hit in the backside by a little spider. Reload. I think I said this already, but I like to reload as kind of a way to kind of just get my bearings back as far as the rhythm is concerned. Okay, clear. I'll take it. Mini boss room. Not gonna mess with that. Especially not with the little dinky pistol I have. On my way back. Get that damage up real quick. I was looking at a wiki for this game, and it's kind of nuts how people seem to have mathed out just all the mechanics in this game. Like, you can tell how much of a damage boost you'll get when you get damage ups and things like that. So this is one of the features of the chest rooms. You can go through this door here. First you need to go forward and back, so it means you'll overall take 25 damage, but the chest back there requires a key. Might be something good, might not be something good. You wanna take the hit? Actually, for me it's not so bad since I can heal, so I'll probably just do that. All that for a magazine size boost. I went through a painful door and all I got was an additional bullet in my clip. I'll see if I get hurt in this next battle. If I don't just before the battle ends, I'm gonna proc that heal. Like I should have done. Oh well, I'll just use it now. That will totally not come back to bite me whatsoever. No sorry. Alright. Where's my SMG? I'll just get the clip, the bullet booster, and be on my way. This boss is fun. Occasionally he'll come with that attack. cause dotted crosshairs to appear on your little rhythm indicator. And that's your indication that you should find something between you and the boss, because otherwise that thing is going to come at you and it's going to hurt. Of course, staying still is much trickier when you got the little fellas coming after you. Whew. Managed to not get hit. Messed up the rhythm, but that's okay. Is I missing anything? I think I am. I'll move on. That said, I am sitting at 29 coins, so if I do run into a weapons shop and the SMG happens to be on the 30 coin pedestal, at least be prepared for it. Those scorpions are scary, they can just charge right at you. Ah, just what I needed. An extra coin to drop into the altar of damage. Could use some range upgrades though. Let's see what's in this shop real quick since we're here. Maybe there's something in there for me. Skeleton, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna be down a few coins, but that's fine. Skeleton key is going to pay itself back in dividends. Who knows, maybe I'll luck out and find an SMG in the chest again. That'd be great, wouldn't it? So yeah, level these like these where you gotta play dodge projectile wow. Aerial enemies, I hate them so much. Flies are the worst, but the other ones are pretty up there in how much I hate them. I have a... man. One more life, but we'll drop it in here. Oh, what was that? Critical multiplier. Normally it does take more than one key. I don't know why it's just like drop one key and go. Maybe I just realized, oh, I have a skeleton key. Okay. So this is another item I like. Solar flare. So what happens is every shot that I fire just shoots out extra shots. So it's just, I'm just raining death after a while. This is the one item that just makes firing your gun every beat worthwhile, because even if you're too far away for the bullets to connect, the solar flares will probably connect. You can imagine solar flares are immensely useful when enemies are grouped up together, because you just get a lot of them at once. Everything falls. And you're just like, yeah. This is a grenade launcher. Only fires every beat and has a three-part reload. Not too much of a fan of it, unfortunately. That's one of the things I like about this game, is that even if you don't get any other weapons, you can still reasonably clear the game with your dinky little pistol. It's a very boring but practical weapon, as TV tropes would put it. Got a two-step reload. Bolts 8 shots in the magazine. You can fire it every half beat. Whew, maybe I should jump over the shockwave that time. So yeah. Pistol, a very, very good weapon. Not the best, but If you can't find anything else that suits you, you can do much worse. No armor in here, but... Mega Shot. I discarded a Mega Shot in the last level. What makes you think I want it now? Oh, I do have the potion, so... That means I can save my regeneration. Oh, looks like I've covered every other room in here, so I can go fight the boss. So that was not. Oh yeah, that axe. Yeah, again, no invincibility, mercy invincibility, so get smacked by a bunch of attacks in succession, and yeah, you're just gonna fight it. That's a key. I'll leave that alone for now. Alright, let's see how much this game hates me. Nope, I am not letting go of that SMG. With that 30 coins on the first level, that run is already done. Put a fork in it. Alright. Got a potion on hand. Finishes off low health. Echoes attacks. Okay, both of those are useful, so if I get enough coins, I could potentially get both. But I guess if I had to pick, I would go for the low health boots. Of course, that's assuming I can get 7 coins on this floor. Leave that speed altar alone. Coin bag. Yeah, there we go. Should just go back and get that. That item will pay dividends in the long run. That's one of the fun things about this game is that it has saturation sliders and the graphics options for each zone you can go through, which kind of gives it this kind of cool retro-esque look. I have it at I think it was like about 70% saturation presently. Okay, there we go. Thankfully they're not the type of enemies to shoot things at me, because that long walkway room would have been very tricky to dodge projectiles. For this one, I'm kind of mixed about. On the other hand, you do get powerful projectiles. On the other hand, it does remove the hit scan properties of the pistol, which might be good or bad. That said, it does a lot of damage. Ah! So, you can see the potential there, but you have to kind of... You do have to change up your playstyle. Forgot what was in the library. Maybe I should check that. It's a healing alt. scroll, so I'll just leave that alone. Save my keys for other things. Infested Asgard. Don't remember what that infested modifier does. What's in this shop? Double damage or infinite ammo. Can get this with an SMG. Get the feeling that infested means lots more enemies. So to be honest, if there were this many spiders in a single location, I would just, that my advice would be just burn the entire place to the ground. It's lost. I guess on the bright side, I'm gonna get a buttload of coins in here. I probably should not go for the combat rooms though. Something tells me those rooms will also have more enemies. Imagine that means more difficult enemies, which means likelihood of me dying in those rooms is a lot higher. That said, unless infested just means every room's gonna have a bazillion spiders. I don't know how to feel about these. On the other hand, spiders I do not find very appealing at all. On the other hand, they're very stylized spiders, so it's not quite as creepy as it could have been. It's just thankful that maybe some games are kind of cottoning up to that, like spiders just freak the fuck out of some people and just include an arachnophobia option. It's like, yeah, okay, you know, spiders really aren't your thing, then we'll give you this option to turn the spiders into something else. I think the one game that stands out to me that does that is Grounded. I think that's getting like a 1.0 release soon, if it hasn't come out already. The game I might want to check out. Okay, so I'm guessing infested just means more enemies, not every room is filled with a buttload of spiders. That makes me feel a little better. Key. There's a chest I can use one of my keys on. Is there an altar in here I can... No altars I can dump a coin, looks like, so we'll move on. What you got for me, chest? Use be vamp crown. Nope. Not a fan, sorry. I already have a double jump and the dash. That should be enough mobility for me. As far as I can tell, the dwarven ring projectiles don't affect me, so I can't get hurt by splash damage, which is a plus. Of course, this means I do have to lead my shots a bit. There's one here, damage up. The old saying goes, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. Because if you kill everything quickly enough, then they have no chance to hurt you, which preserves your health, which you can then use for other things. Alright, I have 42 coins, so I have a few goes at this. What is this? Sacrifice slot for stats. On a fan, sorry. This one, critical. I think about it. There's a shield. Luck up on floor. You know what? Yeah, I'll take that. Because having a boost of luck will hopefully do me well in the long run. Oh, I thought that was the SMG. No, that's just a grenade launcher. Alright. Well, I'll be okay with this pistol for now, but hopefully the SMG comes up sooner or later. Got enough coins for it. Probably go back and get the infinite ammo shield, at least. This was a shop with the infinite ammo shield, right? Yes, it was. The best defense. The good offense. So I guess makes mag size upgrades irrelevant for now, but I'll just hold on to it. I'll keep collecting them, and off chance that I want to switch off infinite ammo. Right. And then remember, I don't need to reload, so just not worry about pressing R anymore. Also, I should remember that I have abilities. I should probably use them. There's a little extra burst damage, never hurts. They didn't even stand a chance. I don't think it got a single attack off. Alright. And, actually, I don't think I've taken anything from the luck well yet, have I? I'll drop a few more coins in there and see what I get. Hopefully it'll be a stat booster. Or, no wait, I guess I did. No, it was the, yeah, I got the helmet. It was the helmet, luck boosting on floor completion. I think streamer brain is getting to me. Alright. Finally, we find ourselves in the second zone. See how this goes. You can see here, got an extra pip of luck. I have to remember, don't reload. I don't have to reload, so stop pressing R. Also means I can just fire with impunity and just flood the screen with shots. Now if you could get this... I shouldn't put this in. Oh! There's another room that's probably worth paying attention to. The bank. So, you can store coins in here, up to 10 per floor. You can also withdraw as many coins as you want. So I have 74 stored, but at this point I don't want to withdraw anything because if I save enough coins in the bank, I'll be able to access a chest every time the bank appears in future runs, in future floors. Say I'm collecting interest in a sense. Alright. So far so good. I have 4 coins, so I probably don't need to waste a key or waste my health on that one just yet. Let's see what's in here. Lords, Greaves, enemies, drop coins. Yeah. I clearly don't have enough coins. I need more. They'll actually grant me a buffer. So say if I, in the future, happen to run to a Baron level, or also I can just safely drop 10 into the bank and not have to worry about potentially screwing over future shop purchases. I tried to reload again. Thankfully it was at the end of a fight, so not as devastating as it could have been. I have half a mind to try out the combat room now that I got the dwarven shots, but I'll wait till I get to the shop. See if I can... Where the armory? That said, does make the threats of the aerial enemies a bit less, since I don't have to worry about them. Yeah. What happens when you instinctively press the interact key anywhere you're near a chest? You might inadvertently spend the key opening it. Ah, thank goodness! I only have to pay 5 coins for the SMG. And I'll just get the mag upgrade. But... as if a 3-shot burst wasn't devastating enough, a 3-shot explosive burst will hopefully allow me to annihilate enemies. And just fire with impunity. Spray this room with explosive death everywhere. Okay, so I'm not... Alright, let's see what's in here. Do I have anything that's worth sacrificing my health? Luck up, but I have a helmet for that. Exploding landing. Mind flare. Nope. Nothing good. I'm out. See ya. Okay. Well, since not much left to do here, I'm just gonna go ahead and shove 10 coins into the bank. They're gonna fight the boss. Yeah, it's like they just drop a board. It's like, no, that's enough. You're done. No more deposits. We've hit the deposit limit for this floor. Come back on another floor if you want to drop more coins. Have a nice day. All that, and they let you withdraw as many coins as you want. That's the nice part about retreading rooms, is that you might potentially find things that you missed the first time around. Okay. Just destroyed it. Destroyed him from where he stood. Well, I think I'm gonna hang on to the greaves, actually. Dang it. I tried to press forward and I accidentally used my ult instead. Oh, that's one mega shot that I'm not gonna have for a room. I'll hang on to that. Those explosive shots are kinda nuts. Feel confident of leaving my insta-kill greaves behind. Anything I can do here? Speed up. You know what? Sure. Have 36 coins. Death from above. More range because I could use more range. See, 5 keys, so I can probably go into this chest room and see what they have here. Hopefully it's an HP boost. I've increased damage with perfect rhythm. That might come in handy. I'll hang on to that for now for this room, because the other item's effect only triggers on floor completion. So we'll go through that, and if I'm still feeling confident, maybe I'll just hang on to this or switch back. Yeah, look at that. Didn't even stand a chance. It just appears and then dies. So I could really use now as an adventurous fedora. And I can rotate my stuff around, and if I find an infinite or find a solar flare shield, I basically just rain solar flare death everywhere, and that'll also allow me to full clear rooms super quick. just need to not get hung up on walls. Whew, okay. That could have been risky if I hadn't killed everything and just walked into them and inadvertently gotten hit, because I am not quite that good at thinking on the fly. Alright. So far, so good. I'm almost half tempted to just go into the combat room and fight it out, but most of the time it's just there for extra coins. You're not getting too much out of it. Very rarely you do, but I feel like the risks usually aren't worth it. You know what, that's something I kind of like. The roguelikes that have those things that's like, yeah, this is gonna be a very, very hard thing, so there's a very high chance that you're gonna die, but if you somehow survive, maybe we'll give you something for it. Shots penetrate walls, opening mega shot, or I can just get max HP boosts. May as well, I'm swimming in money. Roll into the potions there. I'm almost certain there's another potion somewhere around here. I'll probably run into it. Did a chest drop in here? Or I did. Oh no, it's a starting room, so no, there's no chest in there. Women in keys and coins. Or I just spend one, see what this ult is. Regenerate health. Yes! Now we're cooking. Slot machine room. Again, don't gamble. Unless you have well, no, that room, just don't gamble. Of course, I won't be able to use it in this boss room, but I'll be able to use it every room after that. Good. Don't have to contend with that boss's dumb mechanics. Well, they're not dumb because they wiped me out. I'm the dumb one for not being able to work with it. But take that, heal up, and then grab the key and go. I think this is the first time this stream that I've managed to hit Zone 3. So yeah, recognize this song. The song is playing in the main menu. What you got from me? Moonin. Weapons, not interested in, of course, so I'll just take another mag boost. If nothing else, I'm building loyalty with them, so I'll potentially unlock other stuff later on. I think I read somewhere it's only 3 weapons in the shop ever, but potential of everything else. So you carry 2 weapons. Like almost any other FPS, that would be a boon, but I don't see much of a point of it here, because you're usually going to find the one weapon you're really good at and just use that till the end of time. Good clear. It was a very good clear indeed. Only I missed a bomb or something. Imagine if that hit my in the head. It's so satisfying to just be able to shoot with impunity. Do not have to worry about running out of bullets. What's my damage? Yeah. Get more damage, make these shots even more explosive. hallmark of any good game. Okay, so see, I managed to avoid the shield guy's shots that time, but they shoot 3 shots and those will home in on you unless you're real diligent about avoiding them. Just have to thank my lucky stars I didn't get hit. Alright, what you got for me? Explosive shots and... Okay, so this is the other item. I think in one of the runs I picked this item and it helped me, because this just gives you a regenerating shield. It's only 25 points, but it does mean you get to avoid 1 hit. Debating if I want to take it, because if I remove the infinite ammo shield, doesn't mean I have to reload again, but a 2-step reload every 7 or 8 bursts isn't gonna be too bad in the long run, especially if they're as absolutely devastating as what I've got right now. Yeah, I'll take it. It's just having that extra health, and you imagine I also get 1 regen per room. A little extra survivability in exchange for having to do a 2-step reload every 8 bursts. That's a trade-off I'm willing to take. Also, one of the other things I like about the SMG, it's a 2-step reload. So some of the other weapons in the game, like imagine the shotguns, and there's also a revolver weapon. You have to reload per bullet. That means you're spending a lot more time reloading the weapon. And most of the time, all that extra time you spent reloading is decreases the damage, at least, yeah, damage potential of the weapon a lot. And you imagine mag size upgrade with a hand reload weapon is something of a double-edged sword. Because sure, you get to fire more shots before needing to reload, but you're also gonna need to take more time to reload after every time after you spend the entire amount. So yeah, since I have the regenerating shield, I get to absorb the hit. Ooh, and the other nice thing about the regenerating shield, these sword altars, they're basically free. You just take whatever you want, as long as you're not running between altars and shoving your face into all the swords one after the other. You basically just wait it out and take whatever items they have. Imagine it allows you to stock up on keys and monies even more quick, even more so than you would before. Yeah, fun part about explosive things is it extends items flying. Ooh, I am swimming in money. What I wouldn't give for a bank room. Where's my bank room? I forgot if the shop had oh, it just has another key. Oh, might as well pick it up. Nothing else, I get loyalty. Okay, so I just tried that other unexplored area. And we're gonna move on to the boss. I guess the one disadvantage of the SMG, if you can call it that, is that mag size upgrades are less effective because you always get just 1 bullet, and since the SMG fires in 3 shots, that means it's going to be weaker for a little bit and you won't be able to fire as... the time to reload will go up a lot less than it would for other weapons. Since we've taken care of that, I'm gonna move on to the boss. Ooh. He almost walked off the edge into the lava. think the lava does 10 damage to you every time you touch it, so it's not insignificant. Didn't even stand a chance. Got coins everywhere. Now I'll go into the second part of the zone. Just a room cleared. Nothing special this time. I'm sitting on 9 keys, so I could probably do the 3 chest Monty if I wanted to, but not really in need of anything at the moment. I'll leave that alone for now. Then we're just gonna mortar fire all on top of these fools. There we go. Just nab this key because we can. You know, I've had a bunch of other runs in which I've just run into many chests and rooms that just require me to open keys, and now I'm sitting like a bunch of keys, and none of the chests require me to use the keys to open them. What's the deal? Why do you like torturing me like this, game? Either I have too many resources and nothing to spend it on, or not enough resources and too many things to spend it on. Again, though, that is just the nature of the roguelike. Ah, percentage damage. I'll use a range upgrade, 2 HP upgrades. I'll just ult to get all of that health. Resume the rain death on my enemies. Grab that coin bag. Grab this speed and range up compared to a coin drop. May or may not be useful. I'm clearly not hurting for coins anymore, so I might swap out my coin greaves. Air dash, like I'm playing Blaze Blue. That's the thing about these FPSs. Sometimes you have to recognize the highest threat targets and gun for them first. Usually they're the biggest folks, or the medic, or the ones that can revive the enemies. Well, that can be tricky sometimes, especially if, say, run into a room that has a bunch of big folks and also a ton of small fry. It becomes its own dilemma. It's like, you know, the big guys take you out with their big attacks, or the small fries overwhelm you with their sheer numbers, so a lot of on-the-fly decision making you have to do when fighting out in enemy rooms. I could possibly participate in this coin drop, or key drop, but I'm gonna leave that alone because, again, I'm not exactly hurting for items. Nice thing about the Dragon Skin's shield is that it comes back pretty quickly, so as long as you don't get hit a lot of times in quick succession, usually able to shrug off a lot more hits than you normally would. weapon. No use of. SMG for life, baby. Crit multiplier. Increased damage with perfect rhythm. Not too bad either. It requires me to be at ×4, I'm assuming, though. That doesn't matter since I can eliminate most enemies from 10 paces anyway. Alright, what's in here? Another 3 chest Monty. Alright, not bad, not bad. What's in here? 2 coins and a potion. Yeah, I forget. Did I deposit all 10 of my coins in the bank yet? I haven't. I should probably do that. What am I doing? I don't need a cross though. I can just jump on the platform, cross that way. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. This is pretty much the same way with me and locked doors. Sometimes I will wonder to myself, wait, did I really lock my door before I leave my place? And then I would go back and check. I usually try not to worry myself too much, like say if I'm way too far away and going back would cost me more time than it would be worth, then I would just pass it up. But otherwise plus speed. Alright, in the hands of a more skilled player that would be useful, or a speedrunner, but I'm neither of those, so I will stick with my little pansy healing ability here. Alright, let's freaking go. I did have range and speed boosting greaves somewhere around here. Maybe I should go back and get those. I guess another thing that should be mentioned for score chasers is that you do have that score in the top right and the multiplier, which does determine how many points you get. But also, each beat, your score goes down, and the amount your score goes down depends on how long your run's been going so far. So it starts off at 1 point per beat, which isn't too bad, but you know, you start getting up to now where it's like 200 points per beat, starts becoming more significant. And I've had runs where I've taken so long where the points were starting to go down like 800 points per beat. At that point, you're not really in it for the points anymore, you're just in it to survive. I'll take one more look at the shop. This is going to cost me even more points. It's a good thing I have that shield. I got all the good items already. Alright, we're almost there, folks. The penultimate area, Helheim. Now this floor, I completely changed my strategy. So you might have noticed on every other floor I try to explore every room I can. On this one, I say screw it to exploring the rooms. I'm just gonna try to find the exit as fast as I can because enemies in this area are as annoying as hell. And all the other floors that had mini bosses, they can appear as regular enemies on this floor. So it's probably absolutely imperative I just get out of here as fast as I can Because I'm kinda already in a pretty good spot. And I pressed E instead of F once again. But yeah, I just want to find my way out of here. The longer I spend time in here, the odds that I will bite it from one of the mini-bosses eventually taking me out increases. Alright, so I at least have a potion to fall back on, and a shop. I can buy it out. Ah, good. 1 HP up. Precision up. Solar flares. I like my shield regen though. It's too I can't pass it up. Shield regen is just too useful for me. I can bunny hop across lava because I have regenerating shield. This isn't so bad since I have the regenerating shield, but you can imagine if I didn't have that, having to contend with all that level of enemy encounters would be very, very tough. I guess it also helps I have the Dwarven bracelet, which just has to... Oh my god! Maybe I will stick around. Yeah, the longer I stick around though... Honestly, I don't even know what I'd be stick around for. At this point, it'll just be like more points. Because I have only coins. But if I ran into a bank, that would probably make this kind of worth it. Yeah, I know I said I would find the exit as fast as possible, but I feel like I'm in a good enough spot I can just run around and devastate everything on my path. Try to squeeze every little bit out of this level I can. Before I go to the last area. Alright, I saw an altar in here. Where was it? There you are. Damage up. Okay, see. Totally worth it. I still have all my HP. Alright, what you got here for me? Lock up. Would have been useful many, many floors ago. And there's shrines to boost my stats in. Okay, clear. That's fine. I didn't get hit, so it's a good enough clear in my eyes. I just sworn I saw another coin. Not that it matters. There's nothing to spend it on. It'd be funny if this room happened to be my demise. He just happened to hit me like another 10 times because I gotten way over my head. Thankfully that was not the case. And alright, you know what? I got 1 damage up. That makes this whole trip worth it. And I do have potions I can just run into to restore my health. Alright. Let's go Cert. Where did the key go? not that it matters. I will not flip up. Sure, why not? Completely hampered my weapon, but whatever. Yeah. Just gonna move on. Alright, here it is. The final area. And luckily for us... Why? Why? Why is the skeleton key allowed to drop in the final level? There's nothing here except for a shop, another room, and the boss. This is practically pointless. I have nothing else to use a skeleton key on. I'll hang on to the shield. Get this. Probably spend for an HP restore so I can save my ult. And we can go in here. Deals percentage damage now. I might want to switch off because it seems like range is in a pretty good spot. I'm not really in. I don't need speed as much. Percentage damage though will help me contend with the boss. Yeah. All right. So here we go. But before we fight the final boss, we gotta go through 3 waves of littler enemies first. Thankfully, with our first Dwarven SMG gun, not as bad as it could have been. Of course, I only get 1 freebie heal per wave. Alright, all 3 waves cleared. It's time for the final boss. Nidhogg. Oh, this is gonna be a bit of a challenge. So those big sphere attacks are different. You have to go in when they're not moving, because otherwise they're gonna hurt you. But not that it matters. This guy doesn't even get to live that long. And there you have it. Bullets per minute. Yeah, you defeat the boss and you're like, you win! Get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Look at that. 45 minutes. 421 kills, a 58 note streak, and the score of 300,000 points. Not bad at all. So yeah, from what I could tell, this was like a passion project made by a very, very small team. Kinda just like got together, put this together, and brought it out, and boy, I think they hit it out at the park. You know, not only did they put some unique elements, put some elements together in a unique way, make something really cool out of it. But they went with a cool aesthetic too. It's like, sure, yeah, Valkyries, modern day weapons, put them together. Yeah, and it works out. One fun fact about this game I think I read about is that some of the assets that they using in here were taken from an old Epic game. It's called Paragon. Now, if you don't know what Paragon is, it's kind of like a third-person MOBA-esque game that Epic had out, I want to say, like early to mid-10s. It was in beta test for a very, very long while. And, you know, they were actually putting like considerable weight behind it. You know, they had people looking at it, they had people previewing it, they were playtesting it, they were pushing out updates pretty frequently. However, this little thing called Fortnite happened. Epic redirected all their resources to that, and unfortunately, Paragon would unfortunately be shut down after a little while. On the bright side, Epic did release all of Paragon's assets just for use by anyone. So see, BPM uses some of those resources, and I think they use it pretty well. So, in any case, you know, this isn't the only character you can play as. You can also play as Freyr, Hildur, Njord, and so on and so forth. Each character has their own unlock conditions. Some of them you get by just entering a new zone. Others you have to fulfill other criteria, like defeating a certain number of enemies, having a certain number of coins in the bank, clearing the game with other characters. The fun part is that each character has different starting health and shield values, different abilities, also other properties to them. They also have their own starting weapon. So, Goal here starts with the average pistol, Warrior starts with a revolver, Builder starts with a shotgun pistol, and so on and so forth. You also notice that each character, some characters, initially, each character has their other 2 ability slots locked. That doesn't necessarily mean they're unavailable, that just means they're empty, so you would need to find abilities and run to fill them in. But if you beat the game on hard, you can get their secondary ability, and if you... No, sorry. You beat it on easy, you get their secondary ability, which is the right mouse button ability. And if you beat it on hard, you get their ultimate, which is their E ability. So there's a little incentive for you to, do multiple runs with a character, all in preparation for getting to Hellish. But I think I am going to call it here. That was BPM. It's a really, really rad roguelike FPS game with rhythm elements. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. Thinking I will be back on Wednesday because that's going to be the day after the release of the Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels DLC, and I'm eager to jump right into that. So I'll see you then. Have a good rest of your day.